If you love stories that combine mythology, history, and powerful female perspectives, today you're in for a treat. The book that I'm going to talk about today is the very famous, my favorite, The Palace of Illusion by Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni. I have been dying to talk about this book ever since I read it, and because I didn't have a YouTube channel back then, I never got around to. But today is my time to sit with my books and talk about some of my favorite books, one of them being The Palace of Illusion. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Pooja and A Book by the Window. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are reading good. Every single video is going to be me looking like I'm melting because I literally am. It is hotter than it was yesterday and my hair doesn't help me at all. I have dreams about chopping them all the time, but sometimes they look too beautiful for me to be able to do that. Anyhow, if you are a new subscriber, hi, welcome to my channel. This is Pooja. I do book related videos here, and if you're interested in knowing more about me, I have a big channel that is going to be in the description box below. My Instagram, blah blah blah, everything is there. And if you're a newer subscriber who is just tuning in for this week's video, hi, I love all of you guys. I love the support that you're showing my channel. I love how fast this is growing, and yeah, I am enjoying my stay in India. I am just a little bit not getting around to eat. Other than that, I'm eating a lot. I am having fun a lot. I am spending some quality time with my family, and I'm also getting to be around my books, my lovely books that I love so much. So yeah, that's about it. Without further ado, let's get it. The Palace of Illusion by Chitra Banerjee is a retelling of the Mahabharata, but there is a twist. It is from the perspective of the women in the story, Draupadi, or Panchali as she's called in the book. Divakaruni takes this ancient tale that has been told so many times and gives a fresh female perspective to it. I don't think so. I came across a perspective like this ever in my life before I read this book, and it changed my worldview for the better. So what is the story about? The Palace of Illusion, the life of Draupadi born from fire and destined for a tumultuous fate all her life. She becomes a queen, marries the 5 Pandavas, and then hence she's called Panchali. She is a key figure in the very famous war of Kurukshetra. But what makes the retelling so special is that it is less about the war and the politics and more about Draupadi's inner life. Her dreams, her struggles, and her yearning for identity and agency. In a world that is dominated by men, in the end her story will also be dominated by men, but I'm happy that this book tells a story from her perspective. From her fiery birth to the opulent palace of Indraprastha, the Palace of Illusion that the queen herself commissioned, and what was to be her home gives way to a dark and tragic war. And then we see Panchali wrestles with her very complicated and complex relationship with her 5 husbands, and Krishna, who she very fondly calls her brother, and most notably her deep yearning feelings for the very benevolent Karna. What really struck me the most about this book, how the author gives voice to Draupadi. A voice that I don't think so I have heard anyone giving her before. In the original Mahabharata, Draupadi is often seen as a very strong and tragic character, one who cannot be fuzzled by anyone's opinion or anyone's any tragedy. But here you get to see her more than that. She is vulnerable, ambitious, jealous, and more importantly, a human. I really like how her relationship with her husband is portrayed. We so often just see that relationship being glorified, and how Draupadi was the center of war as being the women, but no one talks about her perspective or her feelings of being married to 5 men and being able to manage everyone's expectation, being able to find her identity through that, and just biting her tongue when it was her turn to speak. Relationship is not idealized as 1 woman, 5 man scenario as we see, and most importantly, there is a hidden factor, one that I have never seen highlight anywhere else, is how she always yearned for Karna, how she always had an eye for him, and how she suppressed those feelings just for the greater good, how her story was going to go. And she finds herself constantly just thinking of the what if. It makes the story very real and raw. There is a quote in the book that really hit me. Draupadi says, I was a woman who had lived a life of sorrow, of shame, of anger and ambition, and ultimately of triumph. That to me sums up her journey so well. Another thing that stands out to me, The Palace of Illusion, is how the book explores the themes of power, fate, and gender norms. Draupadi is constantly wrestling with her destiny, how much of her life is dictated by fate, and how much control does she actually have. The book asks some really tough questions about agency, especially for women in a patriarchal society. We see Panchali asserting herself in a world where her choices are seen, yet her influence is undeniable. The palace itself, the title of the book, symbolizes illusion, both the grandeur of Pandava's rule and Draupadi's own hopes of happiness and stability. But as with everything in life, this palace just turns out to be an illusion, a reflection of the fragile nature of power. Let us talk about Draupadi as a character in this book. In Divakaruni's hands, she becomes a fully realized person with desires and ambitions that goes beyond the traditional roles assigned to her. She's not just the wife or the queen. She is someone who seeks to shape her own destiny, even when the whole world conspires to keep her in peace. Her relationship with her brother Krishna is also very fascinating. It is one of the most beautiful portrayals of friendship and divine connection I have read in a while. And then there's Karna, the man she's not supposed to love, but she can't help but think about it. The way Divakaruni handles that dynamic, it is truly beautifully tragic. Now, as much as I like this book, I would also like to highlight some of the lowlights for me. There were certainly moments in the book where the pacing felt slow, especially during the long exile and the midterms. But then again, the Mahabharata itself is an epic that spans years and lifetimes. So maybe that was inevitable because there is a lot that would be lost in translation if everything is not included. That being said, I still think that The Palace of Illusion is an incredible feat in storytelling, and it certainly gives a very different dimension to a story that we all thought we knew. If you're someone who enjoys mythology, especially Indian mythology, strong female protagonists, and stories that make you reflect on fate and free will, I will highly recommend this book. That's about it. That is my honest thoughts about the book The Palace of Illusion by Chitra Banerjee. Have you read this book? And if so, I would like to hear your thoughts about the book, or if you're trying to or thinking of picking this one up, what are your hopes and aspirations? If you like this video, please like it, share it with your friends, comment down below what you liked about the video or what you did not like about the video. I always like having honest conversations about the books that I am talking about. That is why I found this community, that is why I am making this video, and this channel exists solely for that reason. So I would encourage all of you to do that. I will highly appreciate if you spend some time on this channel, spend some time building up this community. I know it feels like there's nothing for you here, but I promise you, if you join the community, there's going to be a lot of things packed for you. I will make sure. And having said that, I will take a leave for today. As I said, it's extremely hot. I have to just pack up now. And thank you for tuning in today. I hope you guys do good. I will see you guys next time. Until then, happy reading.